now if you follow our Instagram or YouTube pages. But I want to turn our attention over to this story. Something real serious went down. Team Rock today put up a video what appears to be a riot in Mississippi prison down there, SamAnt. Now, as a result of this video coming out and going viral, they're saying that Yo Gotti, along with Jay-Z, are pretty much, petitioning the federal government to step in and, do something about the inmates. The conditions going on down there now. We broke the story, I'll say maybe like a week and a half ago or so, him and Jay-Z pretty much teaming up with other people to sue the Mississippi prison, on behalf of like 20 or 30 inmates because of the conditions down there. Now, a new video came out, now this part of the prison, I guess, is called the Parchment part of the prison right now, where they're saying that it's pretty much understaffed, but this video's out. It's going crazy. People in there fighting. It's a riot, like you see on TV. What do you think about this, about Yo Gotti petitioning the federal government to step in?
Just another move he's making, a power move he's making to get change.
Yeah.
In a situation where obviously it's very disgusting. Now, it's not the only prison system is going on in. We know prison systems are privately funded, and reasonings and why they are up and running and the criteria it takes to keep them lights on. We all know how unfair and unjust and disgusting these situations are. And it's not hard to believe out the spell of speculation that they don't give a damn about the people in there. They're in there to make money, get free labor, and keep them lights on. So it's easy. And obviously this has been going on for a long time, but it's easy to throw that away and kind of hide it. Back in the day when there's no cameras. Now there's cameras. Now there's things, outlets for them to stream this and see it. So I'm glad that people are vocally getting involved. You see Yo Gotti getting involved. You see, you heard Jay-Z getting involved. And even though these are rappers and people are kind of automatically going to throw some kind of stereotype on, throw whatever, at least they're making positive steps to make change. The attention that they're going to bring on this will potentially make change. They're in a state that scares the dog out of me. I've said it publicly on this podcast. I got a kennel down there, Gatorhead Bullies. Shout out to Gatorhead Bullies. I want to get a dog from. Right. Y'all got to make me feel safe to come down to Mississippi. That's one state. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Sitting down there, man, it doesn't surprise me, unfortunately. Hopefully things could change and Yo Gotti can help.
Yeah, I want to play a clip here from the Mississippi Governor, Tate Reeves.
Okay.
He said something, and I'll play this. Well, that was not going to play, so I guess we'll scratch that. Sometimes that that happens for whatever reason. But
it's all gravy.
Yeah, here's what I'll say. While that attempts to play, I salute them. Like I said before in the last video that we did, about Yo Gotti and Jay-Z, because these guys, man, and most of these rappers, they never get involved with causes like this ever. They're so far from this and whatever. I'm not expecting every rapper to take their resources and money and to put it into things like this, but when you see this, though, that they really care, because it's like the average Joe, like, man, who cares about them cats in prison? Like, most people think that most people deserve to be in those conditions. But I believe that everybody, no matter what, should be treated as a fair human being. They're entitled to food, water, shelter. I believe all that 100%. But on the other hand, I do know the conditions of some of these jails and in prisons, I should say, and because I've heard people and I've seen things, and I'm not stupid at the end of the day, but I'm glad they're suing, and hopefully this could be a trickle down effect. People that are powerful, in whatever city that you represent, more people will start to petition and start to sue to get some change. Like you said the other day, which was great. They only really begin to move or change if you start hitting that pocket, you start hitting the money, if you start going after the officials and things like that. So yeah, I'm glad that this happened. Now the Mississippi governor pretty much was saying saying that a lot of the death was happening because the inmates had cell phones, but on contrary, if it wasn't for the cell phones, we wouldn't know about the conditions. We wouldn't know about some of the things that were going on in there. So gladly that the inmates in this particular situation had a cell phone where they're able to leak this information out. Say, look, this is crazy. This is urgent. We need the federal government now to step in and do something about this, because the state won't intervene the proper way. So, if those brothers in prison, you never know who listens to the podcast. If you happen to listen to this, man, we send you energy, man. We know it's a tough situation, but keep your head high, try to persevere. You know what I mean? And hopefully you got people fighting, you know, on your side out there.
Facts. Well said.
Definitely. Well, Sauce Money, Sam, man. Sauce Miggity Money said a statement about Jay-Z and Diddy, pretty much calling them out.
Indeed. He said backdoor politics as usual, to be exact. Now, Sauce Money is a rapper. He worked with Diddy on I'll Be Missing You. He worked with Jay-Z on Reservoir Dogs. But Sauce Money and these two billion-dollar moguls have had their beef in the past. He dissed Puff Daddy on his Love Tap record. I think that came out last year, accusing him of being stingy with royalties, among other things. Now, Diddy came out with his speech with the Grammy night, on his speech at the Recording Academy. We talked about it on the podcast. Obviously, he said that the Recording Academy has 365 days or else. Big words. We questioned what exactly that meant yesterday on this podcast. Right. Sauce Money also questioned it, but he questioned it in another way. This is what he said. He said, just watch Diddy Icon acceptance speech at Recording Academy, and I can honestly say I respect the message, just not coming from him. He practices the same backdoor politics against his own people, him and his friend Jay-Z. If the Grammys are on the clock, then y'all are too. Oh God, Sauce Money is calling Diddy and Hove hip-hop gatekeepers. I mean, there ain't no way else to put it. What do you think?
I would definitely, you know, like to hear some examples. You know what I mean? Sauce Money, if you happen to see this, we would love to have an interview with you to hear some real good examples of what exactly that you mean about them pretty much practicing, as he says, the same backdoor politics, you know, against his own people. What does this mean? Show us examples. Now, we know on Diddy's side in particular, a lot of the artists that he dealt with have had, you know, crazy experiences with them where they alleged that he took money from them. They just, at the end, just weren't happy, weren't satisfied with the situation, you know, dealing with Diddy. I mean, we can go all the way down the line, you know, but Jay-Z a little bit different. You ain't really seen nothing like that. You might have one or two busters jokes out there that's crying about Jay-Z, but Jay-Z, it appears, you know, has moved in a different way throughout the industry. So I salute him for that. And I know a lot of people, especially on Diddy's part, are going to go in on Diddy. They're going to say this about Diddy. A lot of people say his time's up. The Grim Reapers coming to collect on the soul, all types of stuff they got to say about Diddy because of the stuff that he's been accused of. I was telling you on pre-production, like Diddy and Birdman are probably have like the two worst names when it comes to being, you know, execs and dealing with artists in the whole entire rap industry. Jay-Z, not so much. You don't hear a lot of people saying, you know, again, like a couple people, maybe DeHaven. I ain't gonna mention the other cat. He was nobody. You know what I mean? But Diddy got a whole laundry list. So Sauce Money, clarify the statement. I agree 100% as well. I salute Diddy. I love what he did, but what are we gonna do? Sauce Money, clarify what you mean.
Yeah, when we were talking to the pre-production, I was honestly trying to, throughout Diddy's throughout his musical mogul journey, think of any artist that he dropped that had a good relationship with him or ended well. You think about him and Biggie, him and Mace, him and Loon, him and Danity Kane, him and Black Rob, him and the band, him and Shine, him and whoever.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? You start thinking about it. Him and Kim are cool.
But she did blast them years back. So
it's like, damn, if it walk like a duck, talk like a duck, it's a duck. That being said, I got respect for Diddy's grind, his pulse, his motivation, his drive to win, and his drive to be great. I'm never going to disrespect that because he didn't get here without working hard and busting his ass and doing what he has to do. But he also got to call a spade a spade. We knew that he was living in a music age and era where it was very easy to go ahead and back cut and destroy and take artists for a lot of what they've earned and what they've accomplished. And he was sitting in a position to do that. So it doesn't surprise me that